If you are feeling stuck in your career, confused, or just unsure about what's next, I totally get it. I have been there. And now, a couple years later, on the other side of it, doing work that genuinely lights me up, something that I now realize is that this isn't a career problem or a skills problem. Deep down, it's a self-trust problem. If your job or your life looks great on paper, but you have this underlying feeling that something is just off, and or you feel like you should be grateful, but that's really freaking hard when you go into work every day feeling drained and like it's sucking the soul out of you, then you are in the right place. The reason you're confused about what to do next is not because you don't have enough information or knowledge. It's because you are likely unconsciously prioritizing others' perspectives and opinions over what you want deep down. When you feel pulled towards something new, the instinct is to gather more input, which is not inherently wrong, but that only gets you so far. I now have so much more clarity, but just a couple years ago, I was in this spot of confusion, first considering leaving my job, and then when I actually took the leap, I had no idea where I was going. So I took a reference for a therapist that specialized in career counseling. I spoke to previous coworkers, supervisors for their advice and guidance. I read books, watched YouTube videos. I had informational interviews with seasoned professionals in the fields that I was considering. Each of these meetings, at the very least, supported me in my process of elimination. However, what I later realized is all of these opinions were essentially coming from the limited perspective of each individual. And that's not to discount their expertise or their experience, but I wasn't in tune with myself enough to really discern what advice was meant for me and inspiring to me versus what advice was actually limiting me. If this resonates with you, you might also be avoiding the one question that you should be asking yourself, which is, what do I actually want deep down? If you're constantly seeking answers externally, that will just contribute to more static, getting in the way of your inner voice and your intuition, which has the best answers for you. Now, I'm a certified soul purpose coach, but something that I wish I could tell 2 years ago me, and hope that this message lands for you, is that this is not about finding one single life purpose before you make your next step, or even finding the perfect next step for you. It's really about creating that inner safety within yourself to not only hear this inner guidance coming from within you, but learning to trust it and actually take action on it. I speak a lot about intuition on this channel, so if this has piqued your curiosity, then I highly recommend checking out my intuition series, which I will link in the description. Ultimately, your intuition is your personalized GPS telling you the best next step for you. But you must stop letting other people's voices, opinions, and limited perspectives taking precedence. And if you're interested to hear more on how and why you don't need, and honestly will never realistically have, the whole aligned plan to determine your next best step, then I highly recommend checking out this video in addition to my intuition series.